Starting a business is something that requires much more than financial investing. It takes a great amount of what some call the entrepreneurial fire, or that drive that allows some people to risk their economic stability in order to pursue a dream. Creativity and ability to innovate are also important skills when launching a business, especially if the plan involves getting into an already consolidated industry. Today in Innovation Lab, we'll meet entrepreneurial cases that stand out for having challenged the rules of how to produce and sell two historically traditional products, wine and chocolate. Gary Vaynerchuk, the ultimate wine entrepreneur. He created a video blog after his family's liquor store and developed it into a $60 million business.
I'm a wine guy, I'm an author, but ultimately I would say that I'm a storyteller and an entrepreneur. You know, I love being in business. I've been in business since I was 5.
Madakasi, the company implementing a disruptive approach in the chocolate industry by producing premium bars in Africa.
And it sounds pretty simple, the idea of making chocolate in Madagascar, but it's very unique in that it's one of the only chocolates made, not just in the country of Madagascar, but in the entire continent of Africa.
What can a wine guru and a chocolate company have in common? At first mention, it isn't obvious, but the people behind these stories saw a gap in the market and transformed it into the opportunity to start a business of their own. Madakasi, listed as one of the world's most innovative companies by Fast Company magazine. Madakasi has been a pioneer in one of the world's poorest and most limited regions to work in, Africa. Although 85% of the world's cocoa comes from Africa, less than 1% of the world's chocolate is produced there. Factors such as poor infrastructure and multiple cultures and dialects are just two of the reasons that have contributed to this low number. However, the production of chocolate in Africa could greatly impact the continent's economy, generating much more income than fair trade cocoa alone. That is what Tim McCollum and Brett Beach, founders of Madakasi, had in mind when they first settled in Madagascar, a big island off the coast of Africa, with the challenge of producing premium chocolate.
It's a blessing and it's a curse at the same time. You know, it's 8,000 miles away from our market. Our market's in the US, Madagascar is 8,000 miles away. All of our production happens there. There are no roads, there's no very limited electricity, no telecommunications, nobody speaks English. The people making the chocolate, in some cases, have never tasted chocolate. So there's no shortage of reasons why, this has never been done before.
Madakasi is a specialty food company set in Madagascar. Their products include fine chocolate and vanilla and are distributed to over 500 retailers in the USA, South Africa, and the UK, and soon, Russia.
In the US we have 4, mainly sales, marketing, administrative capacity, and then in Madagascar we've got 4 full-time, and then we've got 60 farmers we work with, 28 people at the factory we work with. So we're touching, about 100 employees or so.
The company has formed partnerships with 2 cocoa cooperatives in Madagascar to manufacture and export chocolate, keeping the entire chain of production within the country, from cocoa harvesting to packaging. Their initiative transfers skills, creates jobs, and generates income beyond fair trade to one of the poorest countries in the world.
So they produce a lot of vanilla, they produce cocoa, they produce a lot of other agricultural products. But we realized that's all they produce, and we knew that if we started to actually produce chocolate there, we could have a much bigger impact socially to the country than if we just were to export the raw materials and the cocoa bean.
The company was founded in 2008, but its roots go back to 1999, when Tim and his partner Brett were sent to Madagascar as Peace Corps volunteers to teach English to local students. Tim lived there for 2 years and Brett for 6, time enough for the volunteers to learn Malagasy, the country's official language, and develop a deep appreciation for the culture and people of Madagascar.